So what is the difference between a copywriter and a strategist? Can you even be a copywriter and not be a strategist? Are clients looking for a copywriter or a strategist? Is copy just enough? Well, the answer might be a little different than you think. Hi, I'm Brittany McBean. I am a launch strategist and a conversion copywriter. And today I am breaking down the difference between copywriter and strategist. And I think you're going to find that it might be a little less of black and white, either or, and a little more both and. So we're going to cover the difference between the two, how to position yourself for your clients, and I'm going to give you some questions that you can ask yourself to figure out which one is right for you, because there is no wrong answer. It's only what works best for you. Okay, so what is a copywriter? Judith Charles says that a copywriter is a salesperson behind a typewriter. So we'll update it a little bit, a salesperson behind a MacBook, right? A copywriter is someone who makes money using marketing words. A strategist who looks at the big picture of a marketing campaign or a brand and identifies the messaging strategy, the marketing strategy, and the mechanics of that marketing campaign. Someone who is a copywriter and a strategist, Ma, is going to do that high-level strategy first, think through all the big picture options, come up with that messaging strategy, come up with that marketing strategy, and then write the words for the copy for that campaign. So someone who wants to only do copywriting is going to be limited in some aspects, but not financially, which I think is probably your biggest concern. So I'm just going to get that one out of the way. But if you are just writing the copy, you are going to be given your directive or the brief by your client. You're not necessarily taking the time to do the research. You're not taking the time to optimize the offer, but you are getting that brief, getting the information you need, and sitting down and writing the copy. The biggest problem with that is that your client, whether it's an agency or an individual client, they may or may not have a good strategy in place. If the copy is going to perform, the strategy needs to be good. So you're kind of taking a risk with that one. But if you can trust the client, if you can trust the strategy, or you're just not really tied to the results, which is totally fine too, then just writing the copy is a great option. As much as I hate to say it as a copywriter, this pains me, but copy is the least important part of the marketing and the messaging process. 20% of the success of the conversions of a campaign can be attributed to copy. 40% is attributed to the audience, and the other 40% is attributed to the offer. So if you're only writing the copy, there's about 80% of the project and the success of the project that is completely out of your control. I have a whole video on this AOC formula, audience offer copy. I'll link that down below, but I'll sum it up for you really quick. Basically, your audience, your people, the eyes on your page are always more important than your offer. And your offer is always more important than your copy. So the order of operations when you're working through a strategy for a marketing campaign, you are doing the research, understanding your people, learning your audience. Then you are using that research and that understanding of those people to optimize your offer to make sure it's the right thing for your audience. Then you're writing the copy that tells those people, here we go, we made you this thing. These are the things that we know you need to hear in order to decide whether this is right for you. And then when you optimize, you go back, audience, offer, copy, and you look at the list. Are these the right people, the right eyes on your offer? Is this the right offer for those eyes? And then do we need to tweak and optimize the copy? Someone who is focusing on the strategy is going to have more creative control over the project and be more directly tied to the success of the entire marketing campaign or that one copy asset. But they're also going to have a lot more work to do, and they're going to have a longer project. So yes, you can charge for that strategy deliverable and that strategy process, but when you look at it, it's not that necessarily the copywriter makes less than the strategist, is that the strategist gets to also charge for the strategy. So you can absolutely charge a premium as a copywriter and keep your hands out of the strategy if that is what feels right for you. Okay, so which one's best for you? Well, if you like being told what to do by a client, that honestly sounds amazing to me. I would love for someone to just tell me what to do in my life. That sounds relaxing. So if that is your cup of tea and you love to be given the brief, given the directive, a client comes to you and says, I need 4 emails. I need a 5 email nurture sequence. I need 2 landing pages. I need 1 sales page. And you're like, great, on it. I'm gonna go write that. I'm gonna come back to you. That's a really good fit for you if that sounds amazing. I'm too bossy and I love the strategy, so it's not a good fit for me, even though some days that just sounds incredible. Are you comfortable not necessarily being in control of the results of the conversion? Sure, go ahead and take credit for it if conversions are off the charts. I'm going to give you that. You can take credit for it. But if they're not, then you are the one responsible for educating your client on the importance of the strategy. You don't have to be the one doing it, but you have to let them know, dear client, if you do not have your audience on block and we do not necessarily have the right list, that those actual people that we know they're talking to on our list, eyes on this page. And if your offer is not optimized for that audience, then my copy is not going to do shit for you. But if you just want me to write copy, I can do that. I know no one likes hearing that. And yes, copy is directly tied to ROI. And yes, incredible copy can contribute to sales, even if the strategy is crap. You absolutely have that talent and that power. But at the end of the day, that audience, that offer is going to have more of an impact than just the copy if it was in a bubble. So if all that sounds really, really good, or what you feel the most comfortable with, then being just a copywriter is right for you, and you can absolutely charge a premium. Wear that copywriting hat. Work with those people that want to give you that brief and just want you to come back with the words. And you can fine-tune your craft and hone your skill and do everything you can to be the best copywriter you can be, but you can absolutely do just copywriting. But if you're like me and you kind of see strategy as a sixth sense, for me, I feel like I smell colors with strategy. It is what I do best in the world. Not always a great parent, but I'm a good strategist. But if you find yourself always giving your client feedback on their strategy, pushing back on some things with their offer, pushing back on the messaging strategy, or it doesn't even have to be a push or a give and take. If you're collaborating with your client, if they're like, oh my God, I love that idea, give me more. What do you think we should do here? If your brain is working and seeing things outside of just the words on a page, well, I hate to tell you, my friend, you're already a strategist. So go ahead and call yourself one and charge for it. As a strategist, you are going to have a longer project because you have some process, even if it's a super short one, some process of collecting data, of coming up with a strategy to collect the data, collecting the research, interpreting the research, turning that research into a messaging strategy, using that research to optimize the offer, and then turning all that into a marketing strategy that you then put into copy. So by nature, you're going to have more deliverables. You're going to have a slightly extended project plan, even if it's a super short one, maybe some more meetings with the clients, but you're going to have more work. And if that's really exciting to you, amazing, you're a strategist. Side note, I am a highly anxious person. And the reason I call myself a conversion copywriter and the reason I call myself a strategist is because I am not confident in my ability to just write copy based on what's in my brain. I am a skilled copywriter. I am confident in my ability to write copy, but I want that research first. I want to look at the numbers. I want to look at the data. I want to look at what the people are saying. I want to run the offer through that lens. I want to filter through that and optimize the offer, then come up with a strategy and then write the copy so that I know I've done everything I can to help this copy succeed. And as a strategist, you also have to educate your clients. You have to put boundaries and a lot of communication around what it means to be a strategist. My clients know by the time they get on the sales call that they are getting strategy. It is all over my website, all over my services page, all over the magazine of services, all in the sales call. They can't connect with me in any way without knowing that I am doing strategy. I educate my clients on the sales call. This is what working with me looks like. 3/4 of our project is dedicated to strategy, and 3/4 of that is dedicated to research. This is all the incredible information you're going to get with this research. This is how proven our process is. This is what it's done for other clients, but it is a non-negotiable. I do not forego the research to do a quicker or cheaper project. I do not work with a client who's like, I'll pay you the exact same amount, but let's just not do the research so that we can do this. Or, hey, we're going to use all of our strategy. I want to collaborate with my clients. I want to get their expertise that they know from working with their people, from growing a successful business. It's not about me versus them. It's a collaborative process. But at the end of the day, I am holding the reins to the process of developing the strategy. They get the final say in the offer optimization. They get the final say in the launch or funnel strategy. I cannot ask them to do something other than what they feel the best with, but I am bringing that to the table. I'm saying, this is what I recommend. And if we're good with this, then I'm going to go put that into words. And if not, let's figure out what works for you and then we'll write the copy. Okay, so which one feels more right to you? Do you feel like you are better suited to call yourself and position yourself and sell your services as a copywriter where you're getting that brief, you're writing those brilliant, incredible words, you're turning it back around, you are on to the next client? Or do you feel like you really, really want to input the strategy into the project and be a part of that process and collaborate with your clients and be the one bringing those ideas to the table? Well, my friend, I hate to tell you, there's no other way about it. You're a strategist. You're now a strategist. You're a strategist and copywriter. Please put it in your process. Please charge for it. Thank you. So if you are a copywriter and you want to learn more about growing a premium copywriting business, providing a premium copywriting experience, and charging that premium 5-figure price tag, I have a masterclass for you I would love to invite you to, where I'm going to walk you through the 3 core areas of your business that you need to focus on or elevate, or at least start to begin growing a premium copywriting business. So that's linked below. Go ahead and click on that. I'd love to see you there. And I want to know in the comments, who are you? Copywriter or strategist? Okay, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, all of that thing, the thumbs up, the bells. Just click anything that you see like down here, just start clicking, see what happens. It's gonna be good for you. And if you want more tips for growing a copywriting business, whether it is growing your team, setting up the systems and processes inside of your business, or just some hacks behind a multi-6-figure copywriting business, stick around. I've got a lot more coming.